Welcome to the Student Success Workshop, Test Anxiety, sponsored by the Office of Academic Advising for the Huizenga College of Business. We hope this presentation will provide some helpful tips for your academic success. If you have questions or would like to discuss the PowerPoint further, please call the Office of Academic Advising and schedule an appointment with a Student Success Coach. Before we begin, let's clarify the term anxiety as we are referencing in this presentation. We will be discussing anxiety as a normal human emotion as opposed to anxiety disorders that will have a more extreme symptom that will interfere with day-to-day living. Anxiety disorders should be treated by a professional and are out of the realm of the tips and suggestions that will be provided in this presentation. At the end of the presentation, we will provide resources that will be helpful to everyone, whether you're experiencing test anxiety or concerned about a more serious symptom. So, exactly what is test anxiety? Test anxiety refers to physical and emotional symptoms that may interfere with the ability to successfully perform on an exam. Many students complain that prior to an exam, they felt confident that they had mastered the material. However, at the time of the exam, they are unable to concentrate or forget the material, just like stage fright. We will be discussing some of the symptoms one may experience as a result of test anxiety and some strategies and tips to help you become a more successful test taker. Physical symptoms may include increased heart rate, palpitations, excessive sweating, rapid breathing, or shortness of breath. They may also include nausea, headaches, or dizziness or lightheadedness. Emotional symptoms may include excessive worrying, fear, and helplessness. Other symptoms or side effects of the emotional, physical symptoms may include the inability to focus or concentrate on the exam, or the inability to recall information. It is helpful to determine the causes of test anxiety to begin developing strategies to overcome and eliminate the symptoms and side effects that disrupt one's test-taking abilities. The number one cause of test anxiety is lack of preparation. You may argue that you have spent numerous hours preparing for the exam, only to discover that the first question on the exam came from out of nowhere. That in itself can trigger the symptoms and affect a negative response to the remainder of the exam. Lack of preparation does not only mean that one has not studied sufficiently, it also means that one may not have the appropriate study skills to be effective. Therefore, when that first question seems to have come from out of nowhere, it actually was framed in a way that was not understood, perhaps because the concept was not studied effectively. If test anxiety has become a barrier for a good academic record, we suggest that you first begin focusing on your study skills. We have another workshop in this series that will focus solely on strategies to improve study skills, called Mastering Study Skills. Other causes may stem from emotional barriers as to how you might perceive your ability to be successful with exam taking. Perhaps you have been away from the academic setting for a few years or more. You could perhaps convince yourself that this alone may hinder your success. Maybe there are younger students in your class that you think will be able to grasp the material more quickly, causing the pace of the class to be faster than what you will need. Past experiences, comparing yourself to others, and the fear of failure cause symptoms of anxiety, which ultimately will interfere with your test performance. The level of anxiety can be heightened by the nature of the exam. Are you taking a quantitative subject exam and are not a numbers person? Factors such as the physical setting, the temperature, is it computer based? Are you in a right hand seat and you are left handed? Those aspects can also interfere with your ability to focus on the material. Now that we have identified some symptoms and causes, let's look at some ways that we can alleviate and perhaps eliminate test anxiety. Focus on the present. Many students have commented that their approach to graduate level studies has significantly changed from their undergraduate experiences. At this stage in the educational continuum, students are more mature and secure about their career choices. Graduate programs tend to be selected based upon interest developed through experiences and viewed as a stepping stone toward career success. Motivation levels are higher. Viewed through these lenses, the past experiences in undergraduate programs or fear of time lapsing between educational experiences seem groundless. Focus on why you have set a goal to complete a graduate degree and use this as motivation to succeed. This motivation will build your confidence level. As stated previously, preparation for the exam is critical towards success. Begin studying for exams the first day of class. Cramming is useless and provides no time to reach out to the professor to gain an understanding of concepts which you have been unable to grasp. Again, the Mastering Study Skills workshop should be number one on your list toward alleviating test anxiety. It is hard to balance school, work, and family obligations. Skipping meals and unhealthy snacks seem the way to gain a few more hours in the week. Good nutritional habits can keep the mind alert and body healthy. Avoid sweets, especially before an exam. The sugar high can drastically drop right in the middle of the exam. Exercise does not necessarily mean that one has to join a gym or carve out time for a formal workout routine. There are a variety of ways to increase your normal activity level with short breaks throughout the day. The easiest is walking. Park further away from your office. Take walks around the building. Do a couple of squats every now and then. When you think about it, do something. If the thought of an exam causes some distress, relaxation techniques should be a part of your regular routine. When you feel yourself obsessing over the thought of an upcoming exam, stop and take a few deep, slow breaths. Replace any negative thoughts with thoughts of the material you have grasped and subject matter that you have learned and are excited about. So, now you have added some new strategies and techniques in your exam preparation and taken your first exam. Reflect upon your experience. What behaviors did you change? Were there any improvements? Even the smallest improvement matters. What strategies worked or did not work? Keep working at it. It takes time. However, change can happen. We hope that the information shared through this presentation is helpful to you. Obviously, there are many more resources available that were not included. However, as a student at NSU, you do have access to our Student Counseling Center. Professionals there can be more interactive and guide you through many more techniques tailored to your needs. There are many websites available with more strategies and tips to help you approach test taking with more confidence and less stress. Please feel free to contact the Office of Academic Advising and request an appointment with our student success coaches if you have questions about this presentation or you would like to discuss the topic further.